This video is for someone, and I have to express to you that there will be images of my eye socket hole and videos of me putting a light up my nose, which can be seen through my eye socket hole. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I have to express to you that it is a medical condition, and this video is made to help someone. I know it's been so long since radiation, but it can cause a hole to grow in your skin. And what it is, it's killed the blood vessels in the area, and that is what is making the hole open up, because the area can't get a fresh blood supply. And basically what happens is the skin then dies, and that is why the hole opens up. I'm going to start putting the images of my eye socket hole and the videos. This was the first time I saw the small hole, because initially it scabbed over, and I thought, maybe it might regenerate the skin and be okay, but unfortunately it wasn't. The small hole was there for about 4 months, so at first it was very slow growing. It was only when it really started to open up that it seemed to grow a bit faster. So eventually the hole grew and grew and grew, and I was able to breathe through it. Now that was because I had the roof of my eye socket taken away as well, because that's where the cancer was sat. So it opened up my eye socket to my nose. I did this video of me for the doctor, of me blowing bubbles out my eye socket to show how big and how much I could breathe out of it, because at the time we were in lockdown. Because radiation had killed all the blood vessels around my eye, the doctor didn't know what to do. So he did talk about some fascia, which is like a small muscle at the side of your eye, and he'd flip that over and put a skin graft on it. The other idea was to take this bit of skin, flip it round and put it in the eye socket. But at the time, because we were in lockdown, the NHS was only doing operations on cancer patients that had active cancer, which actually turned out to be a blessing, because my surgeon ended up reading something about a vein that you can use at the back of your head as long as your vein is long enough. So I ended up having a skin flap, but it came to the point where my hole was that big. No matter what I tried to put over my eye, it made me feel like I was being suffocated when it was covered. And a lot of people didn't understand that, so I did this video, which I must warn you is extremely gruesome. And it's of me putting a Harry Potter keyring up my nose and switching the light on, just to show people the connection between my eye and my nose. And after seeing that video, they kind of understood. I think my hole grew for about 2 years and 2 months. But as I said, that was in lockdown, so chances are you won't have to wait that long. I also had goo that came out. It was kind of like all the snot and mucus went up to my eye socket, and at night it all came out. So I'd often wake up in the morning absolutely covered in this mucusy green stuff. I just brought a nice bedding set and I completely ruined it, because loads of this gunk had come out of my eye socket, got all over my pillow, all over the sheet, and a bit on the cover, because I wasn't expecting it to happen. It seemed to get worse just after I had had a cold, and nothing I used for it, like Vicks and things, none of them helped. Another thing I found was that I can't smell. So before the hole opened up, I could smell okay. But since it opened up, I've not been able to smell properly. Occasionally I can smell something, but it's literally just one sniff and that's it, it's gone. So that's also something you should look out for. Like once I sprayed a full bottle of Febreze and thought, I can't smell this at all. and I literally used the full bottle. Anyway, when my family came back, they were all gagging, opening the doors, opening the windows, because apparently it smelled, but I couldn't smell it. But there was another time where I accidentally pressed the gas on. Thank God my children weren't here. And the whole house had filled up for about 26 hours with gas. And I couldn't smell it. It was only when my friend came round and noticed and opened all the doors and windows. So I have got fire detectors, CO2 detectors, every kind of detector you can think of to make sure I'm safe. Even doing something as silly as making toast. I can actually burn the toast because I can't smell when it's done. And the first sign I know that it's done is the smoke alarms go off. One thing I will say is when my hole really opened up a lot, I found a pair of small glasses. They didn't cover my eye socket so much I couldn't breathe, but they protected it from anything that might go in it, which is also something you could consider. When I say things, I mean like if it rains really heavily, because it can go straight in your eye socket, down your throat without you realising, and into your lungs, which can choke you. And then there are flies, and they do get in there by accident. Thankfully, they do fly back out. I hope your discussions with your surgeon go well, and I hope this has helped a little bit. And let me know if there's anything else you want to know. I'm sorry for the wasp in the background. I swear we have a nest somewhere around here. I know you were worried about the tracheostomy, but that wasn't part of the hole in my eye. That was something else. One last thing I will say is this came out of my eye socket hole. I went to blow my nose and this shot out of my eye socket hole. So when you blow your nose, I do recommend that you cover your nose and you cover your eye socket hole, just in case, because they come out really fast. And while you're here, you may as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep smiling. I wish you the best of luck.